What is up, all of you awesome and amazing people on YouTube? Kudo here, coming at you with another exciting video, doing some quick batoning. Let's see what happens. We're testing out the Esee Laser Strike. We're also testing out the First Edge 50/50. I just want to know which one is more proficient at batoning through wood, see which one's easier, if there is any difference. Let's find out. What I'm using is a piece of ash. This is pretty thick, pretty dense, pretty heavy piece of wood. It's also extremely dry. I think this was cut about a year ago. Just been sitting out in someone's shed for a very, very long time. So it's pretty thick, pretty heavy, pretty tight grain pattern. You can see that. So let's do some testing, see what happens. Anyways, if you like what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Also comment in the comment section down there below if you want to see more content like this. Also, this is an open invite. March 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I will be going up to the San Gabriel Mountains, up Azusa Canyon. If you want to come by for an afternoon, 1 day, 2 days, spend the night, spend a few nights, stay the whole time, comment in the comment section down there below so we can link up on the trail. Safety in numbers, all that good stuff. But anyways, let's get to this test. So we'll try the Laser Strike first. So here's my Esee Laser Strike. This is, I believe it's 3/16 of an inch thick on the spine. It's got a high flat cut to it, and we'll see what happens. Piece of wood, there goes the knife. And got my little baton stick. So the initial first penetration, unintended, seems like it went in pretty easy. The knife was very sharp, straight from the factory. I did get a little bit of a split going on right there, as you can see. So a little bit of splittage, and this side shows it a little bit better, just so you can see. Pretty easy to get in there. Let's try to baton through the rest of the way now. I am following this curve right here. So once the knife got in, it was pretty easy to split the rest of the way. I'm following a little bit of a curvature in the wood, but this seems to go through it pretty easy. Once it got in and I was batoning it, it seemed pretty smooth. So let's go the rest of the way. One other quick tip I'll tell everybody is length matters. That's what she said. The reason why I prefer the longer knives, like anything over 4.5 or 5 inches, even upwards of 6, 6.5, 7 inches, is because you need that length to have something to baton on the other end with, right? So having that length helps. So let me just do a little crack. That came off pretty easy. Now let's try the First Edge 50/50. By the way, if any of you know whatever happened to this company, they just completely disappeared. I don't know what happened to them, where they went, what the story was, but there's your 50/50. Pretty rare knife to find these days. Sometimes you find them on eBay or similar, an online auction or a sale or whatever, but the company just completely disappeared. Don't know what happened to them. If you know, comment in the comment section down there below. All right, so same about chunk. So pretty much the same thing. It's having a little bit of difficulty making that first initial penetration getting through, and I think that's because this is a thicker steel. This is a 1/4 of an inch, whereas this is 3/16 of an inch. So you're talking about, what would that be? That would be 4/16, right? Versus 3/16. So just a little bit narrower on this one. I think that's why this one had an easier time getting through that first penetration. This one, I think, because it's a thicker knife or thicker spine, I think it's having a little more difficulty going in at first. But let's see what happens if we continue the rest of the way. There's my crack. So not as maneuverable as the Esee Strike was, but from here I can just pitch off and go off. But once I got it in, that hitting or batoning, I think it was pretty easy to go the rest of the way. So definitely a heavier knife, definitely a thicker knife. This is the First Edge 50/50 compared to the Laser Strike. We're gonna do some more testing up in the San Gabriel Mountains, up Azusa Canyon, It's pretty simple, pretty easy. There's not any grueling hike or anything. It is 6 miles long. There is a little bit of an incline. So in terms of length of the hike, yeah, it's a little bit longer than most, but it's mostly a paved road the whole way up to the campsite. So like I said, if you're planning on going up there, comment in the comment section down there below. Let me know what you're heading on up. Safety in numbers, group mentality, group vibe, that kind of thing. Sharing is caring. So comment down below if you are planning on coming up March 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th, or all of those days, just for an afternoon, just for an evening, whatever. And I will catch you all in the next exciting video.